So let's talk about listing, amendments, terminations, and reporting deals pending and back active and vice versa. So we get a lot of questions on this. There's a lot of kind of misconceptions of the rules and regs on it, so we wanted to do a video to clear it up. I was hesitant to do it while I was in mid-November here, maybe peak mustache season, but I figure it's good enough mustache, it should live on forever, right? So talk about the scenario. You have a listing, and life circumstances has changed, something's changed, the seller no longer wants to have it for sale, or maybe you want to fire your client. That always feels good every once in a while. So you need to either do a termination of the listing, so a seller rep agreement termination, or an amendment and shorten the expiry date to have it naturally expire. So it depends on how you want that to show up on MLS, whether it's terminated or you want it to show up as an expired listing. Keep in mind, expired listings, you cannot shorten the expiry date to less than 60 days on market. We know, as everyone should know, to be on MLS, a listing has to be a minimum 60 days. So both of those forms require broker manager signature. So you can send it to your location manager, myself included, and either of those, terminations and amendment expiries, require our signature on the brokerage side. You're welcome to sign it also, but if you're e-signing it, docu-signing it to your client, include us on that so that we can sign it. We have to sign last, so ideally you set signing order and the client signs first. It makes it a little more efficient for everybody. That's the easiest way we can get those processed for you and off the market. Keep in mind that they are time sensitive, so you can't send us an amendment to shorten the expiry that was signed by your client 5 days ago because it's time sensitive. So we then are in breach and have not made that adjustment on MLS in the time that they requested on the contract. And so we're going to ask you to update the date if that's the case. Terminations, as long as they're within a few days, we can generally still process those. So also keep in mind, amendment to extend the expiry date must be received by the board before that amendment expires. The existing listing expires. So keep in mind business hours. The board's open, I think it's 8 to 4:30, Monday to Friday. Staff can process it for you as well. Keep in mind our business hours. You know, during the week we're open till 8, and the evening reception staff, it's one of the benefits of them having evening hours. But yeah, keep that in mind. If you're doing it really like you're kind of, we're busy or some reason that you procrastinated and the client didn't get back to you and it's really close to the timeline, as long as you send it to the board directly and it's received by them before the natural expiry, they will process the extension. So we have that in our autoresponders in our reception emails on the weekends and after hours to remind people to do that. So just keep that in mind. Otherwise, that listing is going to expire and you're going to have to relist it fully. So the other side is on the deals side. You got a pending deal, and anyone with broker load status, you can update the status to pending. So yourself. So once you have your Saturday night and midnight and you've negotiated an offer and it's pending and you want to get that reported as pending, so it's reflected on the MLS system to other realtors. You want to kind of stop getting phone calls or whatever it might be. Hopefully you still get leads and compile that up, but you can make that change yourself. More importantly, pending to active. So if you have a deal collapse, often people are, for whatever reason, negotiating deals with, condition dates of like 9 p.m. on a Sunday or a Saturday. Well, you don't want to wait until the board's open Monday for that to go active again. You want it to show in the system over the weekend. Make sure then that you can go back in. If you have broker load access, you can go back in and mark that active again. You need to make sure that the office has a copy of that, and we can make adjustments on our end for you if you prefer, or you can do it yourself to make sure it's time sensitive. Last but not least, reporting solds, and if you have deals collapse that were firm sold and now you want to bring it back active, only the brokers basically, or like our staff, authorized staff, can make those changes, or we request them of the board. There's different scenarios on each kind of case, but know that you cannot do that. You can't mark sold yourself, and you can't take a sold property back to active. And we need appropriate paperwork based on the type of file to be able to do that. So we're going to do another video about collapsing deals and stuff, but hopefully that clears up what's required for signatures on all those different scenarios, and can keep your business nice and efficient and giving great service and great results to your clients. Talk soon.